Today we will be talking about why const objects in JavaScript aren't actually const. So what I mean by that, let me tell you what I mean by that. Suppose I have a const foo equals an object. Well, foo is const, so I shouldn't be able to change foo. But bam, I am able to change foo. Foo didn't contained any key x, and I just added a key x and value 5 to it. Foo is now mutated. Why is that? Let me give you another example, and this will help clarify. So let's have another const goo as some another object. What I can do, what const foo actually means is that foo can be reassigned. So foo equals goo is an error because foo is constant. How does JavaScript actually works? Let me tell you. Okay, so if you are from C or C++ background, it is really easy to understand. It is so easy. Let me just tell you. Let's go vim javascript.cpp. I mean, why not? And let's go into main. Okay, so what was the JavaScript program? It was const foo equals some object. So we need an object structure. Let's have an object structure, and let's have const character pointer name and int age, suppose. This is pretty much what is happening at the back end of JavaScript, at the lower level of JavaScript. Okay, so when I write const foo equals an object, what actually happens is the JavaScript engine creates a const object foo, but the type of foo, let me give you a surprise. Object, let's go name belonging to, well, obviously Chirag, and age belonging to 5. Okay, so what actually happens? What's the type of foo? Foo is actually an object pointer. In JavaScript, when you write const foo equals something, it's actually the foo thing isn't the object. It's a pointer to the object. So you are unable to change foo. So I can't say foo equals some new object. I can't say that. Cannot assign foo with constant. It's because it's constant, but I can change foo.name equals some another man says Sam alt man. We can totally do that. I can even go and do foo.age equals some another thing. Let's go like this. Okay, so you could actually change the object, but you are unable to change the reference. That's what happening in JavaScript. When you write const foo equals some object, foo is constant, but the object isn't constant. If you want to have a constant object, you want to have this thing as a constant. Well, in C++, I don't think there is a way, but in JavaScript, there is a way to actually do that. So, first let me clear the screen. Now let's enter node. Okay, so in JavaScript, when I write const foo equals an object, I can then mark it as const. Wait a second, const foo is this thing. It should work. Let me go on main.js. Const foo equals this thing. Not JA, my man, JS. Okay, so let's go const foo equals this thing, as const. Will it work? Type assertion can only be used in Java. Oh, TypeScript. Okay. So in JavaScript there is no way to do this, I guess. Yes, there is actually no way. Yes. And there might be a way, but I have to research on it. So the point is, when you do anything, when you do const foo equals something, foo is actually const. The object isn't const. And I thought, well, JavaScript is like this. No, JavaScript isn't like this. In a C++ too, if you write the same thing that's happening, foo is not const. It's the foo is const, but it's the object that it's not const. So object isn't const, so you could change it. But foo is const, so you can't change it anyway. And well, I have allocated new things, so I need to delete foo. I have to garbage collect foo, basically. So I learned this while I was looking at JavaScript's garbage collector, like the V8 engine's garbage collector. So Mark's sweep algorithm was really nice. But okay, that's enough for another video. But that's what happening inside when you actually type const foo equals some object. This doesn't happen for elementary types like numbers. So if I say const x equals 10 and I can't assign x equals 5, it's error. This doesn't happen for elementary type. This doesn't happen for elementary type. This only happens for complex objects which are allocated on the heap. So that's it for today. Bye.